we have a new project. This project have the first summary task is called project start. As we see here, it consists of two tasks: site survey, design preparation, and the second summary task. And it consists of these tasks: civil work execution, laying for cable, installing skid determination, cut for piping, welding new joints. Okay, and we have another standalone task. It's the commissioning, and all of these tasks has relation between each other. So now we can see the summary tasks. In order to have a complete overview for the project, you have to go to view timeline. Now you know the start and the end of the project, which will be ended at 14th of February. From Gantt chart, we can show and hide summary tasks and also project summary task, and from project summary task we can find the project start and end date. Now we will talk about how to prepare simple budget using MS Project. In order to create a budget, you must have a summary tasks because it is the only possibility in MS Project to show the budget. Let's move this line here between the graph and the Gantt chart, and we can insert column. First one, budget cost. Okay. Second, budget work. Budget cost, it's the cost for all resources, whatever it's internal or external, all over the project. And budget work can be calculated by number of hours, and it's compatible with companies which work by its internal resources. We can say from this, budget cost is the cost of services which can be provided by all another contractors or companies in order to execute a specific job for the owner company. We will go to resource sheet as we see here. Okay, and let's write all type of resources. Now we have these resources: excavator, electric technician, mechanical technician, welder, coordination resource, supervision resource. Okay, we have all of this and the type it's work. If we return it to Gantt chart by this way and we go to resource and try to assign resources to summary task or project summary task, you will be able to assign these resources. You can assign, as written here, only budget resources. What is the meaning? For example, we'll delete here. So we can go to site survey, resource, and we can assign coordination resource, electric technician, and it can be assigned. Okay, but in summary task you couldn't attach. This is one. Now we will discover what is the reason for this issue. So let's return it to resource again, resource sheet as we see here. All of these are normal resources, but it's not used for the budget. It's actually used for actual tasks which will be used to the project. But we need to have planned resources in order to calculate the budget. So we will go to excavator. Let's change it. I prefer to be cost. Cost. All of them to be cost. Okay. And welder will be cost. To be as a service from a contractor company. Now right click on resource, information, and we will check budget for excavator. This resource now converted to budget resource. By the same criteria, we will convert all other resources to budget resources. It's easy, just information and check budget. Let's return to our Gantt chart, and here you can see coordination resource. If we choose coordination resource in the summary, it's not accepted. If we choose electric technician, you can find now in the summary task it's accepted because it will be used just for budget. Okay, return back to resource sheet. Let's convert both of these resources to be budget resources. Return back. Now in the summary task I can take coordination and supervision resource. By the same criteria, if we go to normal task and we try to assign any budget resource to this task, we will find the budget resource can only be assigned to the project summary task. So now we understand the difference. Let's hide some column. Resource name, just hide it. Right click and hide. And indicator column, we can hide it. Okay. Task node also we can hide it. If we go to task information, and go to resources, we found there is no resource has been defined to the task. From task view resource usage, now we can just increase the width of our column and we can find all our resources here in resource usage. Let's hide work column and add new column, budget, cost, and now let's write the cost for each resource as a blend cost. Coordination resource and supervision resource are a budget costs with type of work, so we need to insert new column budget work. Now we can enter the working hour for each of them, and of course it's a planned working hour. We have planned budget resources depend on cost or depend on working hour. Let's return to Gantt chart and we can see budget cost it's $23,000 and budget work is 200 hours. In task number 0 project summary we have budget cost, it's a summation for all budget cost resources, and also in budget work it's the summation for all budget work all over the project. From this you can compare the budget resources and the actual resources for the project. Let's return back to resource sheet. we need to add two more resources. First one is a cost margin. Second one is a work margin. The cost margin type is cost. It's actually cost. Work margin type is work. Right now, double click information, resource information, convert both of them to budget, and this will be converted to from task resource usage. We have now two more resources. Let's go to Gantt chart view, and in installing M.EL-Anwar, we need to assign the new tasks, but we doesn't have resource, so from add just write resource name. Okay, and we will assign all of these tasks to the project. Okay, after that we will go to resource usage. In resource name column, we will filter with the name of the project. Here it's installation M.EL-Anwar, and after that okay. Now we have all resources assigned to summary task for the project. Turn it back to resources. We found the total budget it's 23,000. We can say our margin for the budget it's 20%. So our margin is 4,600 for the budget cost. Return to resource usage. Installing M.EL-Anwar. Cost margin is 20% from total cost. It's 4,600. Let's check budget cost summary in Gantt chart. The total budget cost increased to be 27,600. Return to resource usage sheet. 20%, it's 20 hours from work margin. Go to Gantt chart. We can find budget work. It's increased to be 120 hours. And this is the summation after adding the margin. For the budget cost, you have now 120 hours of working time multiplied by 10,000 per hour, so the total will be 1,200. And we have 2,600 from total cost, so the total cost will be 28,800. If you are the company, and this company must have the cost per hour for each employee working in the company, and in our case we have a planned budget by 120. So if we multiply this by the company cost of hour, we can identify the total cost for this item, and by summation to budget cost we can know the total planned or budget cost for the project. We can ask ourselves that what is the difference between normal cost and budget cost. Normal cost is the cost for the resources which used during the project is running, while planned budget cost it's the total cost for all planned resources, and it's mandatory to be calculated, where it's very important in feasibility study, which will support shareholders, decision makers, managers in the company in order to take a decision by proceeding in project or not. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next session.